You think he's from the future and he just doesn't want to tell anybody?
No.
You don't think so? Do you believe in time travel? So we were just talking, and we just now figured out that we need another person and 2 more cameras to really do this podcast.
Right.
To do it correctly. Now, we are just starting out, so there's that. But yeah, man, we need 2 more cameras and another person. I said something funny, but you just had to have been there, and you weren't because we didn't have the camera rolling.
Man, that was really funny.
Yeah, but it's no big deal. What are we going to talk about on our podcast today? You want to talk about like local news, like stuff happening around our hometown? Do you want to talk about stuff happening in our states, like Texas or Arkansas? Or do you want to talk about like national news, or do you want to talk about like worldly news? There's so many fucking levels, bro.
So many levels. I don't even know where I want to go with this. Probably levels. Everything that I want to talk about, you're probably not going to be down to talk about.
Like I can talk about anything.
Anything.
Except for the three topics I want to talk about.
That's not anything.
Religion?
Okay. All right. So I watched a podcast, a Joe Rogan podcast. And he had this guy. Let me look up his name while I'm telling you about it, just so I can be clear. Anyway, he's a futurist. And apparently what that means is, and he also works with genetic modification, by the way.
So explain to me the definition of a futurist.
Futurist is someone whose head is in the future, I would say. Basically, someone who's helping create the future by advancing technologies and, in this case, genetic modification technology.
That's scary, though, man.
Yeah, you should really listen to it. This guy's sitting there saying all this stuff with a big smile on his face, all excited and happy. And I mean, it's cool, but dude.
You think he's from the future and he just doesn't want to tell anybody?
No.
You don't think so? Do you believe in time travel?
That's such a... Okay, well, here's what I think about it.
Do you believe in time travel or like time dimensions?
I think, that's different.
Yeah,
you're doing that. You're doing that.
I'm talking about like
spoilers alert for anyone who hasn't seen Avengers, but you're doing that whole Avengers thing.
Well, I mean, before it was Avengers,
basically using dimensions to travel through.
The quantum realm is what they went down. They went into the quantum realm, and he came popping out the van and went home, and Avengers is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, totally go see it. Hands down, one of the longest movies I've ever sat through. And it seems like those 3 to 4 hour films. How long was Avatar?
Avatar was about 2.5 to 3 hours, I think.
2.5 to 3 hours. How long was the Titanic?
2.5 to 3 hours.
And then how long is Endgame?
About 3 hours.
So I mean, I thought Titanic was longer than that.
I could be wrong on Titanic. I've only seen it once.
How long is a Titanic movie?
That was a long time ago. The TV version.
It's 3 hours and 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 hours and 15 minutes long. So that's number 3. So it took that spot. And then what was Avatar's?
Just Avatar. Yeah.
Just Avatar?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why I just didn't speak into a minute ago. So Avatar was 2 hours and 42 minutes long. So you have this movie, it holds the world record for like, I think it was $2.28 billion it made while it was in the movie theater. And Avengers is like right there behind it. If they haven't already passed it, I haven't checked.
I'm not sure.
But like people are like going back to see it like every day and paying money so they can get it past Avatar because they think it's like the best movie ever. Now, I will say that I did buy an extra ticket for one of my friends and he gave me my money back, but because he didn't want to go sit in the front row. I mean, I don't blame him. But anyway, yeah, man, I just, I really think that it was a great movie.
I really liked it.
But like back to the question, you believe in time travel or time dimensions?
I'm not sure. I think, well, here's the thing with time travel. I mean, if it is possible, then it probably should have already happened at some point.
Okay, so what about if like tomorrow morning you get out of bed and there's a 73-year-old you talking to you. And it's like, hey man, listen, here's what you need to do.
Then he came about 7 years too early.
I'm old. I mean, like, if my 70-year-old came, I'm like, bro, it's 20 years from now. What the fuck can I do, basically? And
I say that. I would never actually change the past. I love my kids too, way too much.
No, man. I mean,
never change the past.
But from this point forward.
All right.
Like, hey, man, the lottery numbers for tomorrow are going to be this, and you're going to win $300 million.
Like Biff from Back to the Future.
Yeah. He had the
almanac. What you're going to give a 73-year-old man?
Yeah. He was just betting on games.
Yeah. Same difference. Gambling.
Yeah, I mean, he was using it to make money.
Yeah.
But man, if he came to me tomorrow and was like, hey, bro, look, here's the winning numbers for Tuesday and Wednesday's drawing. And I was like, dude, give me all the winnings, all the numbers on this date. And he'd just pull out his phone from 20 years from now, he'd probably blink twice or something and be like, look, and then blink 3 times and it projects out on the back wall. And he's like,
one of his eyeballs is
this. And I write them all down and I go get all these tickets and they're like,
it's got LED lights.
Yeah, LED lights or
behind
visor.
His eyeball.
Yeah, visor or whatever.
Oh, man.
But anyway, and he told me like all the winning numbers. And I went down. I mean, dude, the lottery commission were like, no, this is not how this works. You cannot win your state lottery. You cannot win Lucky for Life lottery, the Mega Millions, and the Powerball, and the Pick 3, and the Pick 4.
Luck. The ultimate.
Like, win every single thing. And then I'd do it again the next week. And they'd be like, damn it. How are you doing this? He's from the future. Man, I own $900 million. I'm almost a billionaire. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me.
That's what I do with my money, man.
You think the government would come in and be like, all right, give us all the money. This is something, you've set something up. Tell us where the time traveler is. I know that's what they'd say.
Tell us where the time traveler
is. Yes. Tell us where the time traveler. You picked all your own numbers for everything and everything hit. All 5 games hit in your favor. You won the Mega Millions one day, and then the next day you won the Powerball. And you won the jackpot for Lucky for Life.
Well,
and people don't know what Lucky for Life is. Lucky for Life is a $2 ticket. It's just like Mega Millions and Powerball, but they give you $1,000 a day until you die or 20 years, whatever comes first. I'm not sure on that.
Here's the thing, though. But if future you comes back and gives you all those numbers and says go do them all simultaneously, I mean, that's...
Say why now?
He should have given you some sort of strategy, or at least you should implement some sort of strategy so it doesn't look fishy.
I just want him to come up to me, tell me the numbers, and I run over here to Easemore and get them hoes. And then
you
come
said
back
for like all the different
and then Monday morning, just, call into work Be like, hey, yo, I'm not
It would be
coming
great.
in.
I mean, it
and they're
really
like,
would.
why ain't you coming in? I'll be like, don't worry about it. I'll see y'all in a few weeks. And I would go to Falcon, get my son out of school, so I got to edit that out. Anyway, I'll go get my kid, and then I'll go cash in all the tickets, and then, dude, I'm out for like at least 3 months. No one's gonna hear. They're like, "Oh my God, you hear about David?" No, neither do I. I have no what. We don't know where he went or nothing. He just disappeared. Him and Logan just disappeared. We would not be disappearing. We would be in, as my son calls them, comfy pants.
Comfy pants?
Comfy pants. Dad, check it out. I want some comfy pants. 7 years old. Comfy pants are any kind of these pants right here. I don't know if you can even see these in the camera.
Sweatpants. He's wearing sweatpants.
But they're like, I don't know, they're really comfortable. But yeah, man, I always just try to dress as comfortable as I can, you know.
Yeah.
Comfort's important to me. Because there's a lot of bad shit out there going on in the world. And I like being comfortable in my own surroundings.
Does it help you deal with that bad shit?
No, I mean,
being
it's not,
comfortable?
I mean, I feel bad for the people, you know what I'm saying? I say a little prayer for them and, you know, wish that shit gets better for them. But at the same time, I like wearing comfortable clothes. That's
There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah, man. But Logan loves it. So yeah, we would be comfy clothes shopping, and we'd be, you know, on the beaches and.
I would be comfy house shopping.
I mean, yeah, I'll do
Comfy
all that
island
later, though, man.
shopping.
I'll just come back here and be like, hey, I'm buying your house. He's like, what's gonna be this says like here? And I would fix this house up, and then it would just be skylit drones. I might just clear the house and build a little building right here.
Studio.
I mean, you know, you never know.
Yeah.
You could open the whole house up. Except for the two
Dude, I could do a lot
bedrooms
with
in the
that.
back.
I'd have a lot of ideas for different, like, portrait rooms. That'd be cool.
Yeah, man. So,
Have a podcast room,
yeah, totally. Yeah.
portrait room.
I mean, this is kind of a podcast room, but this is also the office / inventory for the drones, the cameras, pretty much everything.
Yeah.
But we got way, way, way off subject. Did you realize that?
Yep. So we were talking about the podcast that I watched.
Yeah, the genetic
I was just waiting for you
future.
to come back.
Yeah, I'm back
Future
from
man.
the future now.
Yeah.
Yeah, future.
futurist.
He's a futurist. Yeah.
Futurist,
Okay, I'm
yeah.
back from that now.
So one thing, like the biggest thing that I found that was just really disturbing was he said that human beings will not procreate through sex, but they'll be grown.
What movie was that in?
Probably, I mean, one or two, I'm sure.
No,
Sci-fi
it had
movies.
Rocky in it. Or Sylvester Stallone, sorry.
Rocky
Yeah,
in it.
I mean, Sylvester Stallone will always be Rocky to me. No matter what movie, and I don't know how old he is, like, that's Rocky. Because when I was a kid,
This
that's...
is true. Oh, Rambo.
No, Rocky.
Adrian.
No, when I watched Rambo as a kid, I was like, he's a boxer and a soldier. That's Rocky. And my dad had to explain to me, that he's playing two different characters. And I was like, no, he's a boxer too. He beat up Apollo. But anyway, that's here and there.
Right.
So, genetics. So,
I find that really disturbing. So, I mean, I see where he's coming from. Basically, you can, supposedly by doing it that way, you basically zero out any chance of genetic deformations. Apparently. I have no idea how any of this worked. I've done no research on it whatsoever. But that's just according to him. My concern would be more of the effects on the child and the mother and how the relationship would be. And because, you know, those 9 months, I mean, I have no idea, but I mean, I imagine that.
So basically, you think it's going to be like the Matrix where they're all in those sacks growing and then they just bust the sack and get the baby out one day, and it's like, okay, well, here you go.
Something like that. I mean, I don't know.
Are they gonna have superpowers?
Anything I'd say would be pure conjecture at this point. I have no idea.
So it's gonna be like X-Men, kind of.
Yeah, be futuristic.
Yeah.
Coming from the futurist. But anyway,
don't know though,
my
man.
concern still,
I mean-
my concern would be the effect of the relationship, or, well, you know, just like a child, you know, if it's,
I'm
you
not
leave a
doing
baby alone and don't give it any affection, it dies.
What movie was that? What movie was it on? He was frozen, and they brought him back as a cop.
RoboCop,
No, that
Frozen,
Yeah, he was. I don't know.
Iceman, Captain America was frozen.
No. This had Rocky in it.
He was frozen?
The judge. No, it wasn't Judge Dredd. It
Judge
was. It had
Judy?
Sandra Bullock in it.
I don't know.
She was another cop. Every time he cussed, a little ticket would pop out. He didn't know how to use the 3 seashells to wipe his butt. Is any of this making any sense to you?
No.
Then you have
I'm
not
just
seen the
so
movie.
confused, man.
Oh, it's
He used seashells to wipe his butt?
yes, the 3 seashells. The 3 seashells.
Okay. Anyway, to finish my thought earlier while you're looking that up,
Okay.
my concern would be the effect it would have, or the potential negative effects it would have on the child. I mean, I'm sure that's a pretty vital part of a child developing it obviously inside of the mother's womb. And it's weird even thinking about that any other way is possible now. I mean, we are living in the future. I mean, right now we are. I mean, we're all cyborgs. I mean, this is just an extension of us, and we live and talk in another dimension that we can't access outside of the internet. I mean, it's really weird, and we're interfacing with it. I mean, our faces are in our phones all the time.
Well, guess what I found out just looking at my phone.
What?
It's called The Demolition Man. It was made in 1993.
See, I've heard of that, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
So the whole thing with that is when you said, you know, they don't have sex to have kids, they put on this like, it's basically like a VR. And you're supposed to touch them, and they're supposed to touch you, but they never have like real physical contact.
It's so weird, man.
I'm not doing that. I mean,
So weird.
I'm not going to do that. You're not going to hook me up to a machine and be like,
No,
yeah, I'm not doing that.
no, I'd prefer it the way God intended.
Anyway, what time are we running right now?
I don't know.
Right here.
Oh, 17 minutes.
Oh, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.